Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Brooks here. Today we're talking about the LaVar Ball versus Donald Trump story. Recently, Trump helped get 3 UCLA students out of a Chinese jail. They were arrested there for shoplifting. Fucking idiots. Anyways, Trump talked to China and got them out of prison. They said thank you, but one of their dads, LaVar Ball, wouldn't let it in there. He's gone on to attack Trump, refused to thank him, and even falsely claiming Trump didn't even help. Trump didn't do nothing, according to this guy. This whole story has started a bit of a shitstorm between the two, on Twitter and in the media as well. Truth be told, LaVar Ball is most likely just seeking attention. He's a notorious cutthroat businessman who not only raised his children to be basketball players, he's also managed them and marketed them in their shoes, which sell for over $400 a pair, sometimes up to $1,000. Needless to say, Ball is doing this to get attention, and unfortunately, it's working pretty well. And you know what? I have to admit, despite the guy being highly disrespectful to Trump, and of course ungrateful, LaVar Ball sure isn't boring. He's been stirring shit all week, and a lot of the media has been falling for it. And Trump didn't stand for this. Trump clapped back at this disrespect on Twitter, even saying he should have never gotten those kids out of jail in the first place. And now the media is jumping in on this, like sharks seeing blood in the water. And guess what? They're trying to call Trump a racist. Of course they are, because I guess anytime a white person talks to a black, it's racist now apparently, unless they're kissing their ass or something. Simply pathetic. Today, we're going to take a look at a few news shows responding to this story lately. First, let's see what Brian Stelter had to say on CNN a few days ago.
President Trump said in an interview with CBS that he would be very restrained with Twitter once he took office. If this is restrained, I can't imagine what it would look like if he were to be unrestrained. I mean, think about this. He's just recently let the NFL kneeling controversy start to subside, start to fade away. And now here he is calling out these players and the families again. I think it's immature at best, Fred, but it's really race baiting at worst.
What the fuck are you talking about, Brian? It's not race baiting just because the people Trump is talking to are black. Ironically enough, you're the one race baiting by saying it's race baiting. You're race baiting with the suggestion of it, if that makes sense. It's kind of meta. Listen, Trump got 3 UCLA college basketball players out of a Shanghai prison. They were fucking shoplifting like a bunch of goddamn idiots. In China, no less. If you didn't already know, China is a shithole communist totalitarian country that locks up people for whatever reason they want, and they throw away their keys. The students should be thanking our Lord and Savior baby Jesus for what Trump did for them. And LaVar Ball should be too. His son was in a Chinese prison for shoplifting. He should be fucking embarrassed. Criticizing the man who freed his son is the absolute last thing he should be doing. Now, I'm not saying he needs to be groveling and sucking Trump's dick or anything. That's my job. Hell, LaVar doesn't even need to say thank you. Just sit down and shut your libtard mouth up for a minute, dude. Leave the guy alone. He saved your son. With this kind of outrageous behavior from LaVar Ball, I don't see this tweeting as immature, and it's certainly not race baiting.
That's going to be debated. That's going to be argued about. But I want to put that on the table. It sure looks like race baiting to a lot of people. And by the way, the reason why I think these tweets are important is because they are a serious look into his psyche, into what the president cares about. I know some folks at home might think, oh, he's trying to distract us from the Roy Moore scandal, trying to distract from his own scandals, his own history, or maybe trying to distract from Jared Kushner's legal trouble.
God damn, Brian. Settle down, big boy. Let's start with this. Trump has no fucking scandals to distract from. Just because you and CNN make shit up about him every day, you and your constant Russia conspiracy theories, that doesn't mean Trump has to react to them. In fact, I think he does plenty. And let's get on the Twitter angle. Trump has a Twitter and he posts pretty frequently there. That's about it. It's not some big, deep psychoanalysis look into his psyche. If anything, Trump is showing you and us and the people what he wants us to see. The man is smart. You can't deny that. He's made billions of dollars and won the presidency in the hardest election of all time, despite all the odds. The fact that Brian Stelter here thinks he can get one up on Trump by studying his tweets is fucking laughable. Trump is showing you what he wants you to see. Trump watches Twitter, the news, TV, and everything. He's playing 4D chess, while this chubby, bald-headed embarrassment to journalism Brian Stelter here is playing checkers. Shit, he's probably playing tic-tac-toe over there. Next, we're going to look at a clip from the Morning Joe show, where MSNBC2 has some wildly unjustified racist claims to throw at Trump. Should be fun. Let's check it out.
Donald Trump, the president, went after the father of one of the UCLA players detained last week in China on shoplifting charges, seemingly because the father didn't give Trump the credit the president feels he deserves for the boy's release.
Nice misrepresentation there, you bimbo. But Trump isn't going after anyone. He freed those American shoplifters and then one of their parents went after him. Believe it or not, Trump is reacting to that. If the criminals and their families would have just said thank you or at least stay quiet, none of this drama would have even happened. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but the language here matters. This is just the start of MSNBC making Trump to be the bad guy in this. The guy who saved 3 Americans from a Chinese prison is somehow the bad guy.
When asked about Trump's involvement last Friday by ESPN, LaVar Ball, the father of Lee Angelo Ball, responded, "Who? What was he over there for? Don't tell me nothing. Everybody wants to make it seem like he helped me out."
And here's where it starts to become pretty apparent that this LaVar guy is trolling. Obviously, Trump helped him out. I mean, he got his son out of jail, a jail he could have been in for many years. It would have ruined his basketball career, to say the least. LaVar is smart enough to know all this. Again, I think he's just acting like an ass to get attention, get his name out there, and eventually he'll peddle his overpriced sneakers. It's sad, but also very funny to see CNN and MSNBC fall for all this. Hook, line, and sinker. Or should I say, hook, line, and sneaker.
President Trump responded on Sunday, quote, "Now that the 3 basketball players are out of China and saved from years in jail, LaVar Ball, the father of LeAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son. And that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail." This is our president of the United States of America.
You say that like you didn't know he was president before, or you were unaware of his tweets? I mean, this is how fucking Twitter works, lady. If you type boring, informational bullcrap, no one reads it. Trump says things that are strong, hyperbolic, and daring, edgy sometimes. And that's why the whole world hangs on his every word.
2 things. One,
Yeah. I mean,
it is so important for journalists, reporters, editors to understand that so often Donald Trump says outrageous things to shock
and distract.
To distract from all of the Russia stuff going on, from the Roy Moore race.
There is that.
To numb people.
Jesus. Do CNN and MSNBC have the same writers or something? Is George Soros giving them scripts? Because this is the exact same bullshit we heard Brian Nohair say on CNN.
That's part one of it. But the second part of it is, of course, there's racist overtures here where the black man was not appreciative of what the white man did for him.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are the racist overtures? I don't get this shit at all. I'm sure Trump would have acted the same way if LaVar was white, brown, or yellow. This has nothing to do with black versus right. I mean, black versus white. White is right though, I mean, you gotta admit. In fact, I would say these assholes on MSNBC are the racist ones. They're race baiting this thing with this bullshit suggestion. It's pretty similar to the infamous race baiter and fake black person Sean King, who even tweeted about this story himself, saying ungrateful is the new N-word. Absolutely retarded. If you need more proof that Trump is not racist, then here you go. If there were actual racist things he did or said, we would never hear the end of it from the media and people like Sean King. But the truth is, they got nothing racist on Trump, so they have to make shit up, like saying ungrateful is the new N-word. Liberals and leftists do always love changing the definitions of words to suit their agendas, and they also love to suggest this secret language right-wingers use all the time. It's the same kind of angle as this dog whistling nonsense they always go on about. Basically, if you're not saying anything remotely racist, they just change the definitions of words you did say and say you were being a secret racist. It's absolutely absurd. Dog whistling and coded language is all nonsense. That's just liberal tactics to try and say you're a secret racist, and it needs to stop.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
And for the final clip, we're turning back to CNN, where they had LaVar Ball on himself to talk about this whole situation. Warning, this may get a little Jerry Springer-esque.
Did you ever think that you would be on CNN discussing geopolitics and the President of the United States?
Never in my wildest dreams.
This guy's about to break character already. That is a pretty good question, though. I think it reflects worse on the media and CNN, if we're being honest. This guy Ball here is just soaking up some spotlight and attention. It's CNN who couldn't resist attacking Trump so much, they brought on this clown to muse about geopolitics, something he knows nothing about. CNN should be embarrassed at this point, not LaVar Ball.
If I have to know what somebody's doing before I say thank you. I'm just not gonna go around saying thank you.
All right, so let's...
Now, you come and shake my hand and meet me or meet my son or anybody, and then say, you know what, maybe I can help you out. Okay, let's do it that way. But just because people say things, you know, it's supposed to be true, like, hey, I stopped them from saving 10 years. Maybe we was doing some talking with some other people before he even got there.
Not a bad point, actually. It is possible LaVar was finding other ways to get his son out of jail. I doubt it, though, and I still think Trump helped finally get him out of there. But it is possible. These guys go on to squabble over more minute details, and then we get this gem.
Did he help the boys get out? I don't know.
Why do you doubt
I don't know. If I was going to thank somebody, I'd probably thank President Xi.
President Xi.
I thank him. He's in China. He's the head. He's the head of
True.
the president in China.
He should thank the Chinese president? That's fucking rich. This shit goes on for 20 more minutes without really going anywhere. Here are a few highlights though.
Oh, I think you're very clever. I see your big smile on your face.
Are you going to say thank you to me?
I'm going to say thank you at the end of this interview. I will thank you. I guarantee it.
No, are you going to say thank me now?
I guarantee it. You know why?
Are you going to thank me now?
You know why?
Are you going to thank me now?
Not yet. You haven't earned it yet.
Why are you going to thank me?
Haven't earned it yet. I don't get why you're hiding from this.
Who's just not anybody?
I don't get why you're ducking this, to be honest with you.
For nothing?
I get why he's ducking it. For attention, publicity, and money, of course. In the end, this was a whole shit show because LaVar made it one. Sure, he's an ungrateful asshole, but damn it if the guy doesn't put on a good show. And this little temper tantrum of his really took off around the whole country and part of the world. Initially, it was Trump who fed this troll, sure, but he has since backed off. Lately, it's really been the media, CNN and MSNBC namely, who have been perpetuating this nonsense. They're so blinded by bias and hatred for right-wingers like Trump, they just couldn't resist peddling around LaVar Ball's bullshit story. And let's be real, it's mostly because Ball is black, and that allows them to use his skin color to frame up Trump as a racist. And that's the real irony here. The media are the ones who are actually being racist in this. They're race baiting, making this about race and using people's skin color as weapons. Identity politics at its worst. So, needless to say, the media are the real racists here. Trump is just the guy who saved the lives of 3 young black American men. I mean, that's like the least racist thing a white guy can do. As for LaVar Ball, sure, he's trolling epically and probably should shut his mouth by now, but he's just playing around at this point. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Ball was a secret undercover conservative, doing all this to expose the media and all their failings. What do you guys think? Should Trump have left those kids in a Chinese prison? Is LaVar Ball acting like a total asshole? Or is he a master troll? And what about the media trying to call Trump racist after all of this? Pretty outrageous. Comment your thoughts on it below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time.
Yeah.